it for the money. He says that, I'm trying to make cash, man. So that'd be the best way to do it. But if he's not healthy, it's going to be an ass whooping from Stipe.
Yeah. Or he connects.
Correct. Or early on. But even Francis connected with Stipe, and Stipe did not give a fuck. That's how freaky he is.
Yeah, he's tough as shit, which is more incredible even that DC took him out.
So them offering Stipe Black Beast, you can tell they're not even thinking DC Stipe rematch.
I know.
DC's getting Jones, Lesnar. That's it.
I don't think Lesnar's fighting.
I don't either. I think something suspect's going on there. I would be willing to bet DC's last fight is at heavyweight
against John Jones.
And it's the biggest fight of all time. That's such a and I'm a Brock Lesnar fan. I like when he fights. He's such a freak. I celebrate the guy. I don't give a fuck. Let you Nowitzki go get a cup of coffee when Brock fights. I don't give a fuck. But when you talk about John Jones DC, no one's even talking about Brock. John Jones DC, that's the motherfucking fight. I think that's bigger than Conor Khabib too. I think there's so much history there. It's for fucking the heavy. And I think at DC at heavyweight fighting John, the gap narrows.
Yes.
But at light heavyweight, DC, it's not for you. At heavyweight, though, and I think that's why John's kind of like, I'll fight him. It has to be at light heavyweight because DC does have some advantages at heavyweight now.
But let's look at what they've done with TJ Dillashaw dropping him down to flyweight. Why can't DC do the same thing when he gets down to light heavyweight?
What do you mean? Oh, you're saying, what do you mean?
Well, he struggles so hard to get down to light heavyweight that it fucks with his cardio, his conditioning. He just doesn't feel the same. He says it takes too much out of him. He feels so much stronger at heavyweight because he doesn't have to go through that weight cut.
Big dude, man, naturally.
No, he's got body fat on him. Got extra body fat that's not. It doesn't aid your performance. Now, when he's at heavyweight, he doesn't diminish himself.
Or is he a mesomorph where he's different? Because sometimes, like a Fedor or Roy Nelson, if you make those guys shredded, that's not in their DNA. They're not ectomorphs. You can't do that. But because we see guys like Francis Ngannou, we assume that's, you know what I'm saying? Like,
I think ectomorph is the
real
skinny guy,
super skinny.
I
you know what I'm saying?
Mesomorph is what you're thinking.
That's in the middle. That's what I'm saying. I think DC's a mesomorph.
And endomorph is fat, right?
Yes. Where I think for DC, you being shredded, his body doesn't function off that.
Well, he doesn't have to be shredded, but he's carrying around so much extra weight. Like at heavyweight,
starching dudes.
Well, he starched.
But look at Cain Velasquez. He
starched
shredded.
Two guys. He starched Stipe, who he just connected with a beautiful shot in the clinch. That's his skill, his wrestling. I think what's going on at heavyweight with DC is he's not weakened. Let him eat whatever the fuck he wants, and he's not weakened. I think that is critical for him. And I think when he gets down to light heavyweight, I think he's weakened. I think it takes something out of him. But I wonder how much they could mitigate that with great diet and planning it out, the same way Calavita's done to TJ.
TJ's a smaller guy naturally and leaner.
100%. But still, they leaned him out further to get him down to 135 pounds before the weight cut.
I just don't think it's in DC's DNA to be that lean. It's just not for him.
Maybe.
It's just not,
Maybe, but I think everyone benefits from scientific planning, meal planning, real analysis of your calories in, calories out, nutrients. I don't know. Maybe he does that already.
Or I bet he does that to some degree. But some guys I think do better where for a guy like DC where he just that extra fat and that's his thing.
I hope that they fight. If they do fight, I hope the first fight is at heavyweight. That's what
100%.
Because we've seen the light heavyweight. Because they've talked about doing it at light heavyweight. We've seen the light heavyweight version.
Because John wants it at light heavyweight.
Yeah. Well, John wants it at light heavyweight so that it never has to appear that he picked up a title when they took it away from the champ and that he didn't earn it from the champ.
And I get that, but how great would it be if you're John, where, most people clearly know he beat DC, then you go to heavyweight and take that from him? It's just the ultimate fuck you. But I also think DC's a different animal at heavyweight, and his power's different, and John does get hit, and DC at heavyweight could land some shit.
Yeah,
Stipe's not easy to knock out at all.
No. That would be the fight. But it's also like they get so emotional with each other.
They hate each other.
DC fucking hates that guy.
And that's why pay-per-view goes like that's what you want,
especially
at heavyweight. It's hard to sell a trilogy at light heavyweight.
July 4th.
That's
July
happening.
4th weekend.
DC
versus John Jones, the heavyweight championship of the world.
Champ.
Champ, boom. The giant pay-per-view, 3 million buys.
Probably around there, yeah.
People
It's a lot of pay-per-views, but yeah.
There's a lot of, but it could be done.
And that's what's going to happen. Dana's going to make a offer they can't refuse.
Well, we're in January. February, March, April, May, June, July. 6 months from now.
DC wanted to retire in March. I don't. You know what? It's not going to be July.
He's not going to retire in March.
He said his 40th birthday. He's going to retire.
Get out of here with that.
That's why Stipe tweeted him was like, "Dude, let's do this before you get out."